So I want to talk today about using my experience using smart bulbs as light therapy for bipolar 1. So I bought these Wiz smart bulbs a few days ago for about $20, and I can already tell you that I'm very satisfied with the results. Now I basically use them to reinforce my social rhythm therapy. Social rhythm therapy is where you have set times where you wake up, you go to bed, you have your first contact, you start work. There's about 7 or 8 of them, and they help anchor your circadian rhythm. Most people with manic depression have a broken circadian rhythm that is thrown off very easily, and social rhythm helps you get back on track with your clock. And so one of the things I noticed about light is it's almost like a drug to me. You know, historically I have about a 90% correlation with sunlight and my moods. This has changed this year completely to where I'm euthymic due to a number of therapies I'm employing. And controlling the light in a room is a big part of it. As you can see behind me, I have blackout curtains, so my room stays the same amount of light all day long except for the light that I provide. And so I have 3 bulbs, well actually 2 bulbs hooked up, right now 3 because I'm filming a video. And what I do is I set a schedule for my circadian rhythm. These bulbs allow you to program either natural daylight to where the bulbs will get lighter in the morning and then darken at night, or you can set up your own rhythms where you can customize the intensity and the color of the bulbs. So I set up a custom rhythm with 5 individual steps. There's the 6:30 where I wake up in the morning. It goes from an amber to a bright in about 30 minutes. And then from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., it's a warm, bright daylight light. And then from 3 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., it goes from a more yellow, softer light to help prepare me for the evening. And then from 7:30 to 9, it's a dim reddish light. And then from 9 to 9:30, at which point I go to bed, there is a complete dim switch where it just goes to completely off. And then at 9:30, it switches off. And so I find just by having those subtle light cues that it makes a big difference in helping to regulate my circadian rhythms, because subconsciously, my brain adjusts to the idea that it's a certain time of day based on that artificial lighting. Now, I do want to say a word of caution here. Too much light can be overstimulating and too much light can be understimulating. So you have to be very controlled about how you use the light, and you have to be very, get your exposure right. You know, you don't want to be in the summer where you're already in danger of being hypomanic, and then you throw all these lights on and you don't adjust the intensity to an appropriate level. Same thing with the winter. Maybe, you know, you're used to more intense lights, and then you have these lights at the wrong brightness or the wrong intensity at certain times of the day. Now, I find this very easy to figure out. I keep a lot of data on myself, and I really pay attention to my moods. And, you know, even if you do not work at a home office, even if you're at a job most of the day, just having a light that wakes you up, it starts out really low and then it gets more intense over time. A light that switches off at night, just those simple morning and evening warms and dims can make a huge difference from my personal experience to helping to regulate your internal circadian rhythm. So for me personally, these are an excellent timekeeper to help me keep my routines. I'm very impressed with what you get for $20. And I do intend to adjust them over the seasons. During the winter, they'll probably be brighter longer to help ensure that my moods stay at a 50 out of 100, whereas right now during the summer, we're about a month away from the summer solstice, so I have to be a little more careful with the intensity of light.